Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of To the Power of N Season 2. Season 2 has all diverse leaders that are going to talk about networking and burst the myth about diversity and networking. And on our episode today, we have Shoba Gopalan. Shoba is breaking all the glass, bamboo, and other types of ceiling that you can think of in the biotech field. And I am so honored to have Shoba on the show. Shoba and I have been at Stanford together, and I have been nothing but impressed with her stories. So today I have Shoba, and Shoba, I'm going to ask you the same two key questions that we asked our guests, which is, what are your tips and tricks for networking, and how has that helped you? Welcome to the show, Shoba.
Thank you, Nash. Thank you for having me on Power of N and for the opportunity to share my philosophy that has been shaped by my experience with networking. Just like you, I came to this country as an immigrant, not knowing a soul. And then since then, I have built a vibrant community of friends and colleagues around me. And I really cherish my community. In nature, things are held together. As a scientist, I can tell you that they're all held together. There are atoms, we're all made of atoms, and they're all held together by bonds. Some of them are strong and some of them are weak. And for me, networking is like these bonds or connections that we make throughout. And today I'm going to share with you my 3 takeaways based on the experience I've had with networking. The first takeaway for me is that if you think about it, this planet has about 8 billion people. And we encounter a very tiny fraction of this 8 billion. And everyone we encounter has a unique life story. So this fundamentally is very rare and precious. So connecting with people, for me, gives me meaning and purpose. And this perspective goes beyond my professional connection and what some people think of as typical networking, making these bonds. And it is driven by curiosity, empathy, and compassion. So second takeaway for me is, how do I make these connections? What do these connections mean for me? And for that, I would say that, I give of myself. I don't think about, hey, how am I, what is it that, I don't think about what am I going to get out of it. First, I give of myself, be my genuine self, put myself out there. And I know that it's not easy to put yourself out there, but I always feel that if you are genuine, then you get that same genuinity back from people to build those bonds. I know that you are a fan of Oprah. I'm also a fan of Oprah, and I'm also a big fan and follower of Maya Angelou. And I have to share a quote from her today with you. People don't care what you know until they know you care. So it's about, that basic need to be seen by others and to see others. That is the basis of my networking and my bond and connections that I make. And this has been my secret to creating this enduring connectivity, both in professional life as well as personal life. And the third takeaway is, I'm a gardener and I love gardening. And when I take care of my garden, I find that there are different types of, fruit trees that are very hardy, and there are flowering plants that are more fragile, and I have to nurture and take care of them differently. Similarly, human connections are also the kind where you have to pay different kinds of attention and, tending to these. So you got to nurture them, you got to maintain it, and then if necessary, prune it. So this is what I have to share with the community on networking. 3 things, which are, build, make it genuine, and then make sure you nurture it and take care of it, put the time and effort into networking. And being a biotechers, I find what is so exciting is that there are small communities like Women in Bio that I have joined. I also love to mentor and be mentored because, you are always learning. And a lot of kids are now going into biotech, not just children, but I also find women who are coming back to workforce in biotech. Everybody's looking for opportunities and understand where they fit in. And I feel like networking is all about seeing that person, working with them, and building these connections. So thanks so much for having me here.
Thank you so much, Shoba, for sharing this. I absolutely love the quote that you mentioned about people don't care what you know until they see that you care. This is such a deep quote. And I think also from a networking perspective, right? I mean, thinking about networking from a different angle is critical. You just don't have to have the typical way of networking, but also thinking about networking differently is essential. So thank you again, Shoba, for being on the show. And it's an absolute delight to have you on the show. So again, for everybody, I'm sure that our audience have learned a lot of things and a lot of notes. And for more such learning, please stay tuned to The Power of N Season 2 and a lot more to come. And subscribe to the channel. Thank you again, Shoba, for being on the show.
Thank you.